Boys and girls, ladies and gents, welcome back. Glad you made it. It's another So production. We're doing it on June 21st, 2023. Thank you for joining me. If it's your first time, buckle up, buckle down. If you've been with me from the get-go, sending all the love right back at you. You know what we do around here every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Dropping the heat on Instagram, on YouTube, on patreon.com/RobSadra. If you'd like to physically support the show, thank you very much for asking. Hope you're doing well. Get a sip of this, baby. We're flying high today, right now. Ooh, man, oh man. Wherever you're tuning in from, whether it's Canada, United States, Mexico, South America, Europe, Asia, Africa, New Zealand, Papua New Guinea, Australia, China, everybody doing it big together on this little teeny tiny planet, aka the blue marble. I am excited to be here. I hope you're doing well, whatever you're doing in life. We're gonna shoot the shit as per usual, have some fun, keep it loose, get silly with it, and have ourselves a ball, essentially, boys and girls. Here's to you, gang. I've been thinking about many of things. Just, you know, we're going, baby. We're moving right now. It is, things are man. I'm thinking next Monday will probably be the last shoot in this facility in this neighborhood, and then we're gonna be relocating very soon. ASAP, baby, ASAP, doing it. So I'm excited, looking forward to that. Running on, you know, coffee right now, cigs, sleep is, what even is sleep, dude? Ladies and gents, why are we even sleeping? Let us, if we can, I love the feeling of sleeping. I don't like the fact that we do dedicate a ton of time. It's, man, almost a 30-year life you're slept. It's, you know, yeah, do I appreciate the feeling of rejuvenation and getting to, you know, I guess that's required. Maybe, you know what, we do a lot during our days. All of us are juggling God knows how many things up and down. It's a circus in here and out there. So I guess, you know what, sleep, it'd be nice if you could have gotten condensed sleep. If you could like power sleep for like an hour and feel like you slept for 6 to 8, I'm good with 6. 5 to 6 hours, I'm good with 5-6 hours, I'm good. I don't even need more than that. But if it could have been condensed into like 1 hour where you shut eye for an hour, because that would have been, man, so many more hours in the day, right? Like, if we can work on something like that, if we could get sleep to be, now don't go fucking up sleep for people. Like, do it right. If you're gonna do it, I'm just putting this idea forward. We're patenting you right now. Sleep less, but feel like you slept more. It's basically like when you put one of those like Energizer powder thingies in your drink. Oh, flavored power drink thingies. Ooh, here, let me open up a pack, but like do that with, you know, you open up a pack of powder, you put it in your drink, you go to sleep for an hour, wake up, you feel like you slept for 6 to 8. You know what I'm saying? And then you're out there doing things with the coffee and the running around, and it's crazy, baby. But if we can get more juice out of a lemon called life in terms of hours, all I'm saying, a 30-year lifetime you've slept, that's crazy. So if 33 years I've been living on this earth, 11 of them have been sleep. That's crazy, dude. That is 11 years worth of sleeping when you put it into that. And like, I've been awake technically, I'm only 22 technically speaking. Like, you know, in terms of daytime, you know, wakey, you know, but like snooze fest, 11 years of sleeping, dude. That is, holy smokes. But, you know, I'm not complaining about it, I'm just putting it forward. If the greatest minds out there, if we can get to the moon, maybe, if we can go back again, if we can touch stars, if we can physically go and like spit on it and then just mark our territory, maybe lift a leg and just piss on it a little bit and leave a mark or something. If we can do that, ladies and gentlemen, we cannot let sleep get the best of us. All I'm saying is, it's like, time is whatever, dude, and like money is time's money. So if you sleep less, you're technically spending more money. There's something there, ladies and gentlemen. If we can work together, NASA, the best of the scientists, wherever else you maybe you're in a private sector, or maybe you're sciencing in the private sector. Maybe you're like, oh man, I've been just jonesing for a new idea, and here, well, boom, right there, we go partners, we go 50-50s or some, dude, I don't even care about it. If I can, again, get 1 hour of sleep, feel like I've slept 6 to 8, and then I'm out there doing the things, oh man, I will fucking, you know, I'll high five your wiener, dude. Lady, if it needs to, we'll get there. Ladies and gents, it's friggin' Wednesday, and I'm excited, man. I'm excited to hit the road. I've been decluttering little by little, getting rid of, and that's what I realized too. I'm like decluttering, and I realized that we are a species fascinated with the surface. What's on the surface? They say don't judge its surface by its surface. Look underneath the surface, as the saying goes. Oh, what a stands the test of time, that one, or something. All I'm saying is that's what I'm getting rid of stuff, and a little bit, a bookshelf here, a little, a little table there, everything is, as you grow, you accumulate more we're surrounded by surfaces, and but the first person who must have came up with the idea of a flat surface, like that must have been, cause like out in nature's not flat, dude. Nature is fucking bumpy. Nature is, pothole here. Nature is, rock here, indentation there. Oh, what is this? A bush. You walk on the bush, it's a fugazi bush. You fall right through. Oh my god, it's a trap bush, and there's like a hole or something, and that's what it was. You'd walk, you'd trek, you'd fall, you stumble, you scrape your knees, you'd scrape your wiener, you'd burn a nipple off. Oh my god, what is going on here? Flat surface. So somebody's like, we gotta come up with a solution to all this, what have you, bumpiness, unevenness. Somebody was like, man, I dream of a future where things are flat. Maybe, I don't know where they get inspired. How did that thought even like emerge into their head? Because like everything has like, things friggin' whatever, and somebody's like, I imagine a straight or like 90, I imagine 90-degree angles. Straight up, let's make a flat surface and put a little, so you can get up. Let's make levels. People are like, they started probably with just one level, and that was it. They didn't even imagine they could even build other levels. I'd imagine the beginning of somebody before the pyramids even got built, somebody had to come up with the idea of a flat surface, because everybody's like, oh, it's so hard to build things that are uneven, and then somebody's like, let's fucking iron that shit out and just go to town with flat surfaces. So I've just been decluttering and realizing that, yeah, man, little by little, you surround yourself with more surfaces. A table, a bench, a bed, a house, everything's friggin' flat. And I'm like, what's this obsession with flatness? Then I'm realizing the benefits of it. You'd probably stumble and fall less, which probably be nice, but at the same rate, if you're stumbling and falling less, are you depriving yourself of the opportunity of somebody assisting you after you've fallen? And then falling in love, oh my god, look, such and such just friggin' slipped. Let me give you a hand. Oh my god, our eyes are fucking locking right now. Can you feel that? No. What about maybe not this person, but what about the other such and such? Oh, what is this? It's a pothole. I'm sorry, I missed a step. Could you help me up, please? I seem to have misplaced all my papers for my research. Oh my goodness, this is so embarrassing. Never happens. Oh, and then you meet somebody, and then boom, right there, papers for let me hand you your papers for the research. What is this? You're doing research on human sexual orientation. What a fascinating field of studies. Maybe we should grab coffee or something. All I'm saying is it's a double-edged sword, ladies and gentlemen. And as you accumulate more surfaces, you realize at times that you're surrounded by surfaces, and again, what's inside? You gotta ask yourself what's inside the surface. And so we continue on our journey, and thus the snake starts to shed one of its skins, as I would imagine snakes have many layers of skins that they develop over time, and then they shed its surfaces, right? So I'm just like getting ready to peel a whole dermis, and I don't know where I'm gonna leave my, how do you guys and gals do it out there when you're shedding skin? Where do you leave your, do you go particle by particle, like one little teeny tiny bit? Do you go like dust format, or do you just like wait around and like give it a whole? I tend to, I do it once in a year, dude. I'm not the type that'll be like, oh, flaky skin, or I moisturize, and then once a year it just peels off fully, and I'll leave it somewhere, dude. You'll see just like loose skin, body, that don't be like, oh my god. Hey man, be cool. I'm not judging you about your lifestyles and choices. I'm not be like, so if it grosses you out, I just want you to know that it's completely normal. And if you happen to be one of those fellas or ladies like your boy right here who sheds skin but like once a year, full body suit, what up, dude? I feel you. You're not alone out there. I got your back. This whole country's got your back. Coast to coast has got your back. East Coast, West Coast has got your back. All the way around the world's got your back. And we're peeling skin, baby. So that's new. That's exciting. We're peeling. An exciting event that is going on. You know, we're also peeling back the layers of the earth little by little, whether we're trying to drill holes into it or whether we're trying to submerge ourselves into the depths of the ocean. And what even is the ocean if not just the surface? But it's more than a surface, though. That's what that is. If Mother Earth is a mother and she's female, the ocean is the vaginal opening to the earth, I think. Anatomically speaking, that's science. So I follow it, I trust it, I question it at times. But the point is, if you were to be like, oh, which portion of the earth is the vaginal open? I'd say the ocean. I'm making an argument here for the ocean being the female vaginal opening of Mother Nature. And she's always just like, you know, she wants us to get in there, but at the same time, she's not gonna just fucking like put it out there. She says, get in here if you like to, you know, if you like to get wet. You like to get wet, don't you? Get in here. You know, she's open for business. She's never been closed. 365, 24/7. For centuries, millennia, millions of years, maybe even who the fuck knows at this point. I'm just like this. She is out there putting it up and saying, come on in if you dare. To all of us, man. And that's what it is. So she wants us to essentially create vessels, if you will, to either float atop or go down below for the, if you want to, because we can be floating around the surface all you want, baby boys, baby girls, ladies and gentlemen, but do you want to get down to the surface or the bottom of the surface? Because like it's levels. There's a bottom to all this shit, I think. Who knows, man? It's a big, you know, it's a doozy, but that's what it is, ladies and gentlemen. Breaking news. There's a story that's unraveling before our eyes right now as I'm even talking about it. It's still not even, we're in the middle of it. I hope everything goes well. It's ocean explorers, if you will. I don't know if you guys and gals have heard, but there's a group of five men's, one sub. One little teeny tiny sub, five men's. They decided to go and search for the wreck of the Titanic, if I'm not mistaken. And they've been missing since Sunday sometime, which is today is Wednesday. Holy smokes. So limited oxygen, limited, you know, air, limited fucking, you know, tempers are probably flaring down. It's seriously, it could go wrong, horribly wrong. I hope it doesn't. I hope they get rescued. But but that's what you do, and that's Mother Nature essentially calling out, because she wants us to explore, but she's also like, if you want to get in this bitch, you got to come like, you know, come with a nice full, you know, come with a stacked sub, come with a missile launcher of sorts with friggin', you know, come heavy or don't come at all. Come multiple times, come in groups, don't come alone, come with backup. But do explore. And Mother Nature is just like, here, have a look at this clit down here. And we'd like to, but it's scary because at the same, we're explorers, but we're also new to as much as we've been on the surface, we've not gone below it. And that's what little by little, this is as horrible as it can turn out. I don't want this to be some sort of like, I don't want this to be an impediment. I don't want this to be a hindrance. I don't want this to be some sort of like, oh no. I've always, as a little man or a little woman, you'd say to yourself, I've always dreamt of exploring the depths of the ocean and searching for whatnots, Titanic related or not. And I'm gonna see this, and perhaps it's gonna, you know, I don't want this to be a seed of fear for you to be like, I'm not gonna get in a tube and go downstairs in Mother Nature's basement, see what she's covering up in her chest. Her chest isn't her vag, dude. She's a mysterious lady. So all I'm saying is, let me get a sip of this for a second. Almost choked again. Oh man, almost. I won't, dude. Ladies and gentlemen, you can rely on this guy. No choking up in this bitch, because if you like, it might happen though. I'll resuscitate myself. No worries, dude. I'll do fucking Heimlich on myself. You don't need to worry about this guy. I got you. Don't worry. We're moving forward. The point is, I've always personally been fascinated exploring the depths of the ocean, just because it's like no different than space. If you learn to go into the depths of the ocean, you kind of learn to utilize some aspects of it, I would imagine, in space exploration. And these are two fields that I'm an expert in. Fully, what even is an expert starts with fascination, starts with inquiry, starts with something. And all of us can be, and I'm not saying that this is, I don't know what this situation was. 5 gentlemen who decided to get together. I believe it was a private endeavor, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know much about it, to be very honest with you. But all I know is that 5 dudes, and that's what you do. In a free society of whatever's, with choices and opportunities and whatnot, if you should dare to explore the depths of the ocean, aka Mother Nature's vaginal opening, God bless, I supports it. How deep do we go? And sometimes you'd have, I don't even know how that world works. Yeah, I guess there's some rules and regulations of what could be, what is submersible, what kind of equipment could you get in a bucket and just fucking, poke a couple of holes through it, put a couple of stones till you get heavier and heavier, and then submerge like that, and then somehow, I don't know, take a couple of oxygen tank. There's a whole lot of science that goes in. The deeper you go, the lower the pressure gets, the higher the pressure. There's a lot of pressure there. The higher the pressure gets, and you get down there, you can't just like, oh, things go awry, you can't just fucking like go up, dude, fast, because like I think something happens if you go up fast. I don't know what happens, but I've heard of horror stories where people go down and then they come up fast, and then nightmare scenarios. I think you explode or something. Let's put it out there. Yes, if you go down and come up fast, you will explode. I'm not sure, but you heard it here first. So I think you bleed from your ears or your asshole if you go deep down slowly, but then come up real quick. Your nipples will, at least, if not bleed, will lactate. Putting it out there, it might happen. But yeah, man, I'm just excited for this to hopefully be a positive story. Hopefully they get found. Hopefully there are, ships, there are divers, there are other explorers with, I don't know what kind of like radar equipment, but let's find these fellas, because otherwise this be a horrible nightmare scenario. This would not make for a good movie. This would make a horrible and they went to find the Titanic. So here's the thing, man. If you are going to find it, there's, it's been found. We found it. There's movies about it. We know what happens. We've seen the movie. There's so many other spaces to go explore, but I guess maybe it's not I'm not here judging direction or position or whatnot, but all I know is that you go messing around with something that's been, there's some there. There's some, why did the Titanic get, why did it go down? Many of friggin' icebergs and shit. I think that was the gist of it. But there's, if a large ship goes down, there's some, there's that, you might want to be like, and that it's been explored. And I get the fact, but you know what? All the best to other explorers out there as well. I don't want this again to be some sort of so I want this to be seen as yet another challenge, yet another surface to be cracked for Team Humanity. So let us get wet once again. Let us take a deep dive into Mother Nature's vaginal opening. Let's go into the depths of the Marianas Trench and come out the other side and wave at other people who no longer look like us because we're perhaps in a different part of the world. What a cool little coincidence that is. Didn't know that exists. That could be something. If we find a channel that you could swim through and come out the other side, you got to hold your breath for quite a bit. But again, take a couple of oxygen tanks, you'll be fine. Learn to friggin' breathe underwater. Get with it. All I'm saying is don't let this be I don't want this to be because there's so many things that keep people away from the water. People are like, man, sharks. Every year we have shark attacks. Should that, tell me to, be careful and don't go in the water? No, of course not. Some people are like, oh man, large squid attacks. Friggin', and who knows what's down there, dude. And sometimes we blame it on the sharks and the squid attacks. And a starfish, it's chewing on my foreskin. Get off my foreskin, starfish. Typical classic stories. And is that what the media wants to portray, or is that what really goes on? When was the last time you saw a starfish sucking on foreskin, dude? Ladies, ask yourself. That's all you hear. So all I'm saying is, don't let this be your starfish to foreskin scenario. Don't let this be like, if you want to take this summer to come up with a makeshift raft that is also capable of going down below, do it. But also check with local regulators. But also, did we check with local regulators when we wanted to go to the moon? I think we did. We definitely did. I'm pretty sure we did. But like, until you do something new, who even is the, if you want to go live in the bottom of the ocean, who's regulating the bottom of the ocean? There's nobody down. There's no office at the bottom. Is there an office at the bottom of the ocean? Do we have offices down below in the bottom of the ocean and I'm not aware of it? Is that what you're telling me? There's business going down below in an office down below and I'm not aware of this? Not that I do business down below. Not that, but I mean, if there is an office down below at the bottom of it, so if there's like, but that's, how do you, because like, you gotta get a regulator, but regulators on top of the surface, bitches. You need to go down there and like, you need to start be like, you need to make an office downstairs. All I'm saying is, I hope that, they come out alive. Because if they come out alive, this could be made into a whole fun, fantastic, adventurous movie for the entire family. 5 jolly, cheerful fellas getting together and saying, the heck with it. Let's throw caution to the wind. And they said goodbye to their wives and kids and whoever else they were related to, sisters, brothers, or whatever, aunts, who knows, pet cat, a pet lobster, whatever, dude. Who cares? Even maybe they might have been alone. Maybe they might have been alone individuals. 5 alone individuals could have gotten together. Some of them, I believe, are related, though. So not in this case, but all I'm saying is it would have made for a great movie. If they go down there, we're going to go see the Titanic, and they find fucking Jack and Rose down there just fucking still going at it. Just fucking, and they're questioning as to, like, how? Didn't you all be like, oh, didn't, like, one of you at least not, fully, oh, there's not enough room, so, whatever, dude. Maybe they're looking for Jack downstairs. Maybe he's fucking, like, hooking up with like mer people down there, dude. That's another thing that's happening in and around the world. Not like real mermaids, mermaids and mermen, and merwomen. Yeah, man, more women. I've always said more women. I've always for more women. But the point is, ladies and gentlemen, that a whole lot of things could be going on right beneath our noses, and we shouldn't be afraid just because this story might not turn out like a happy ending. This story might not be they might not get a chance to come out and crack a bottle of champagne on someone's head and celebrate the way sailors and submarine and naval staff tend to celebrate it. I would assume every time you go down below and come up, you'd want to crack a champagne bottle over someone's head just to be like, we're alive. Or something. Don't do it. But also, I'm not an expert in naval fields or what have you, and like submarines. That's not my milieu, if you will. You know what I'm saying? But all I'm saying is, ladies and gents, let's get a sip of this. The point is, ladies and gents, that I don't want this to be a deterrent. I don't want this to be like, yeah, I'm afraid to go down there because let's look at these guys. It might not go well. If it goes well, it would make for a great, you could come back, they could be interviewed. Oh, how was it? Did you see anything wild? Did you do anything wild? Are you guys a bunch of wild boys getting wild together? Again, if they were separate individuals and that happened, I don't blame people, and that not that there's anything to be blaming for. All I'm saying is how long you gone down there. Maybe mix it up. If you're like, do 6 people, again, half women, half men. But they did go down all men's, so last few hours, good God, that'd be friggin' scary, dude. I'm not claustrophobic, but I've always, I myself would like to, get more wet in life, but I like to spread it out. I love the ocean, and I'd like to explore, but yeah, I like to, when it comes to water, dude, I'll fuck a cup of water up like 2-3 glasses back to back, so I'm not like afraid of water or anything, I'll stay hydrated, bro. If I see hose drip drop, I'll be there, huh? right there, dude, I'll catch it. But if I see sprinklers outside, I'm not gonna. A lot of people will see sprinklers and they'll like move directions if they're walking in the neighborhood because they're like, I don't want to get wet. Not this guy. Right in the face. Right there. Right, and it'll cover a little bit of me, and I'll walk through it, and people will be like, that guy's a little wet. And I'm like, you're not wrong. That's free wetness. That's free moisture. Because everywhere else you go, they're like, oh, let me put a bottle of water in plastic bottles and charge you $1.99 or whatever it is that they charge you for tap water. And then so I'm like, outside, if I get it, I get it. Rain, right there, dude. I'm not the one to be like, oh, give me an umbrella. I'm not that fella. But that's just, to each their own. I'm not judging anyone's outlook on wetness. All I'm saying is I do have a healthy respect for it, but if I need to, fucking, and I'll let some loose. You know me, dude. I'll urinate. I'm not one of those like, I need this all for myself. I'll take it, but I'm like, yo, respect. So, but that's just me and my relationship with water and surfaces, man. That's what we get into on Wednesdays, ladies and gents. Stay slippery when wet. But also, I did think about this as well. This is a push for us to really, if we want to crack the surface and go below so that we can go above into the space and all that jazz, we do got to come up with like new, unique, vehicles of sorts, whether there's submarines or shuttles to take us up there. So I'm thinking next time you want to shuttle down, if you want to submerge, if you want to be submersive, if you want to be plunging essentially, maybe it'd be a good idea to have like a submarine be supported by a large ship of sorts, like one of those like a large ship. I don't know what large ships are. Not a yacht, because a yacht is like, it could be a yacht, it could be a fancy yacht, a large ship essentially. But also I'd like the ship, if we're building things together, let's get a large ship that is capable of having a submarine attached to the bottom portion of it, lowered with chains and what have you, so that it's always attached like an umbilical cord, so we don't lose it for further explorations down the line, I'm saying. So we can go really deep, dudes. And then we can yank it up really quick, but there's that whole, again, you don't want to go up too quick. We've lost too many good men and women, exploding up the old assholes, prolapsed sailors all around. What a tragedy, and that's no bueno. So all I'm saying, chains attached to the submarines, lower them in case, and that's the thing. So the ship is there to kind of be like a reverse anchor of sorts, if that makes sense, any sense at all. And also, let's say the submarine gets fucking tangled up with maybe there's a octopus orgy going on, and then they got entangled with the submarine, and the staff member are like, this is a unique experience. These 13 octopi are fucking really hard, man. It's just fucking ink is splattering everywhere. Your submarine is all see-through glass, bulletproof see-through glass, and you can see all the vaginal openings of 13 octopi. Penises flying, arms flinging off, ink squirting everywhere. You're freaked out. It's deep, it's dark. You're seeing all sorts of suction cups. You feel like having a little, you wouldn't mind. You're kind of, it's weird, but all this time, who knows, man? You're down there. All of a sudden, thoughts are popping into your head that have never even popped there before. It's crazy what the depths of the ocean will do to a man or a woman, ladies and gents. But all I'm saying is, if you've got those like chains attached to the submarine, to the ship could be an anchor, and you're like, what if it pulls the ship down? Here's where we get engineering, I think. Fucking reverse propellers or sideway propellers, dude, like airplanes, but friggin' instead of facing, instead of being, I guess, vertical, they'd be horizontal propellers, so that if it starts like trying to take the ship down as well, fucking spin the propellers. All of a sudden, what are we doing, dude? We're floating above water. Fucking floating above water. I think that should work. I'm putting it out there. We're patenting it right now. If it's not been patented, let's patent it together. It's very similar to what you'd see in little drone. You've seen little drones that have got like horizontal propellers, and then there's like 4 propellers. Put the same propellers on the ship, larger ones, if not the same size propellers that you find on a small drone. That'd be stupid. A large, it needs to be fucking huge, big, large propellers on large ships supporting large. I'm just saying, if this doesn't go well, I hope it does. But for further explorations, and you're like, that takes a lot of budget. Hence the regulators and whatnot. I think there should be like, I'm sure there are, submarine school, diving school, school of submarine and divers, school of subs. Who knows? But I'm excited. I hope they come out. Genuinely, I don't know how many more hours they've got left. That's scary. That thought is friggin' like, yo, cray cray. But again, I don't want this to be like, I want this to be seen as a whatever way it does go out, and that's what we do as men and women's. When we decide to go into spaces that are, somewhat unknown, uncharted terror, that's the risk. That's the risk that comes with the game, and you do it. So that's, it's no different than people doing, all sorts of, we're gonna go whatever, fill in the blank, to seek fill in the blank. So shout out to people doing things. This could, I hope that they're found alive, hopefully, with the radars and get a fucking, let's drain the, if we had a tool that would allow us to drain the entire ocean in very short periods of time, like just like, half an hour, you put in, there's this giant suction mechanism, drain it, find them, fill it back up. Where would you hold it? Up top, dude. We got plenty of space up top. I don't know why we can't just, for shits and giggles, every once in a while, drain the entire water out of the earth and just be like, what are these places that, holy shit, dude, that'd be fucking wild. Fill up the clouds with all the water in the ocean. But that we're getting into, I'm not saying whatevs, but also I'm saying it'd be nice to get a nice look at the earth with all the water removed from it. And then you're like, man, this is like, I'd imagine it would look like one of those like brains that they show you before and after what it looked like to have a person use no cocaine versus a lot of cocaine. Is that even real? I don't even know, I don't even know if that's real. Like a brain on cocaine, a long time usage of cocaine brain, and it's got holes and like orifices, and like it would look something like, or like, a kind of like a 4D Swiss cheese sort of situation. I don't even know, dude, but all I'm saying, it'd be cool to see everything. So let's drain it if we need to. And if we drain it, then we don't even need to like have something. We can just fucking like, kids could be like skateboarding out there. I personally can't skateboard, so that's long gone for me, I think. I'm not quite sure if I'd be able to skate. I don't wanna, I'm over it. I don't wanna get any more scraped, this. I'll scrape a knee if I want to, but not on skateboards. Although, like, I'm not putting it out, it's just, I don't wanna break anything. I'm cool with scrapes. I don't wanna break anything, to be very honest. I don't wanna break anything unless I want to. Like, it's my decision. I'm not saying no. Fuck it up. I'll put it, yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Yes. Down the line, if they ask me to, for whatever, do a loop-de-loop, break an arm, does it have to be my arm? Can I do the loop-de-loop, and then if an arm needs to get broken, somebody else may be itching out there to have a broken arm. Can we all do the loop-de-loop? You break the arm. Maybe in that way, somebody is like fucking getting their birthday wish granted out there, because it's always like, oh, well, I don't want everything to be like, we'll go we'll split this, baby, we'll split this, loop-de-loop, this guy, broken arm, this fella. I think, ladies and gents, a lot of exciting things are happening in and around the world. I've been listening to, let's get into like sports, teams, left, right, center, this, that, all colors, red, blue, blah, blah, blah. Let's sports politics. It's sports politics, sports. Time to talk a little bit sports politics. Which one's your team? Which one's your guy? Pick that guy that you like for your team. No matter the consequences of your guy for your team, but stick to the team. You're born blue and you die blue. I'm a born red and I bleed red and I piss red and I should probably get my kidneys checked. And I fucking never bled red in my life. I've been known to bleed blue and all my families have been bleeding blue ever since 16 something something. Way before 1776. And just 1653 there. Blue, generationally blue. This family couldn't be more blue. There was no blue. If there was a family bluer than us, we'd probably marry them and join in unity and be more blue and have more blue babies. And then the reds, we've been a red for the reddest of times, and our guys are always red. And then, and then you have people that, so politics, sports, politics, and it says teams for the adults who like the teams. Ladies and gents, choose a team, any team, or something. No, don't choose any team. But also, because it is a sports team, politics, it's a sports game for not just for everybody out there. You get involved, get started in sports, but also it's good to talk about everything. Is all I say. That's the thing that I say. One of the things that I say amongst the many other things that I say sometimes. And sometimes I don't even know what I'm saying, but the point is, ladies and gentlemen, it's not that we know what we're talking about, it's that we talk about it so that we know at least what we're talking. The point is, ladies and gentlemen, sports teams. It's blue, red, people, us, you, me, decisions, getting a little decision here, a little decision there that impacts you, me, and everything else in between. So, ladies and gents, up until now, U.S. politics is, I like to, I'm not too I like to, it's again, it's fun for me a little bit, just be oh, this guy's, whatever. And then that guy's oh, also, and then this lady's all right, so it's I would have, right now, it would have been right now where I'm at with it, it's we got Biden, we got Trump, we've had Biden, we've had Trump. As of late, I've been hearing more of RFK Jr. coming out and been listening to him a little bit. Very interesting. So things are now getting a little. We're having an old school. It's old school, but new school, politics with sports and and something. And that's the thing. So I want you to no matter what, one thing about sports that we know and how you should go about life. And treating life as if it's a sports game. No matter what, stick to your team. Because that's exactly, we've gone through this. Your dad, your grandpa, all your uncles, your great-grand, if they had a team, you have a team, you stick with a team. And you're well, what if my team are just losers? What if my team's just a bunch of losers right now? And you're how do I, but I have to stick with my, I have to stick with, and then you just objectively look at how the team's been performing in terms of what and then the potential and what it was before that and what we could be. If you're looking at it, you're man, this is, because that's what, at least with teams, that's what it is. Sometimes it's yo, this manager needs to be yo, we need to just bring it, somebody needs to changes need to be made and stuff, and it's okay and it's fun. But sometimes because it's sports teams, we're blue blood for life, the whatever, or red for life. It's but that's sports politics. So here's the thing that I see right now thus far, I would say, man, it's interesting. Let's go through the candidates a little bit. Let's go through the candidates, what we've got to work with, what we don't got to work with, what are the options, what's interesting, what's not interesting. Biden is, if you are looking for, if you are looking for a lot of if you enjoy watching an elderly man stumble, fall, mix around his words, get confused, if you like ghost handshakes, if you like an old man sniffing babies. A lot of random babies. Just sniff. If you're like, man, the qualities that I look for in a, sports team manager, for example, is somebody as an old, and it's not about the age. I think everything is situational, circumstantial, and everybody and everything should be like, you gotta like look at the, so it's not just the, sure, because sometimes we do have like managers who are roughly around the same age or whatever, but like you still got, we'll get to it, but sometimes it is what it is, fam. Sometimes people tend to, and people operate differently, and we're not like here to, this is not just like, so in terms of, if you enjoy seeing somebody elderly in their elder stages of life, somebody who should be probably like, resting on a porch, sipping on a drink of sorts, contemplating as whether, how to even deal with their son. How do you even deal, because like, how do you even deal with your son that's like, whatever, dude. There's so many, like, you should just be, or how do you even not deal with it? At that point, it's not even your thing. You're like in your, whatever, dude. You're extremely like, you should just be relaxing at this point, and your son's a grown man. Whatever happens. Obviously, this should not, and I don't like the fact that this, I don't like, in sports politics, a lot of like, we need to separate sports from politics. There's, sometimes there are like, sometimes it's things that happen, and I'm like, I don't know Hunter Biden. He actually looks like a fun dude, so I'm not like, yeah, he, as much as I know about him, I hear he likes coke, I hear he paints, and whatever, dude, those are fine by me. If you paint and do coke, and what, like, these are not like, I'm not out here like for the, I'm not looking for the whatever, but like, and we're just talking about the, president or the friggin' manager of the sports team, right? So if objectively, if you're like, yes, I'd like somebody to, for domestic and global, on a domestic angle. So when we're performing at home and we're performing abroad, I like to see, you get hard seeing an old man just fucking struggle through the last stages of it. It's there, man. What are we even talking about? It's there. You see it. God, somebody help him out, please. So there's that option, which should not even be in realistic options. So that's just, but that's the thing. Sometimes we're blue in the balls, and we're blue in the face, and we're blue in the labia, and we're blue in the nips, through and through, from toenail to hair, dude. So sometimes that happens, but other times can change. Times can, like, you can change your mind. You can you could be like, man, we're all one. At the end of the day, we're one league, aren't we? We're one league. Man, sports analogies and fucking Paul, that we're one league after all, aren't we? If the league is being hurted, right, then no bueno. Some needs to, so sometimes you gotta be like, as much as I love the color blue, love everything about the blue, blueberries, blue balls, blue fucking cheese, the blue inside the logo of a BMW. I love the blue, the Blue Man Group. I love blues music. I love picking out only the blue crayon out of all the crayon. I love cracking other crayons and only keeping the blue crayons. God, I love sniffing a blue marker. If I can go back to my childhood and just take a moment to remember the time when I used to crack open a blue marker and go to town. What are you doing there, Jimmy? Shut up! Jimmy's having a ball in the corner with a blue marker. Do not distract Jimmy. Just something. So that's, point is, ladies and gents. So there's Biden right there. So, that's for the league. And then you have Trump. Honest opinion, I'm not a Trump guy. I've never been a Trump guy. But like, again, looking at it objectively, a good candidate, a good solid candidate. The kid knows how to win. Do you want to win domestically and overseas? Kid knows how to win. He's got bars. We've already been there. People like him, generally speaking, wherever he goes. People seem to be very obviously like, they like him a lot. It's very, so it's there. He's popular with the people, so that's a good thing. Why wouldn't you want somebody who's popular with the people to be managing the one aspect of the many of the aspects of the league? And again, this is, of course, should be, again, considering what we have to work. We're not considering like some idealistic like fantasy that doesn't exist. We're talking about what is going to happen in about a year or so ish, whenever in November, whenever it happens. 2024, baby, let's go. So overall, and things do need to definitely, because it's like, you see it, it's just like, it's too much on the liberal left. I don't know. Sometimes I struggle with it myself in terms of, I'm not a left or right guy. I like the league altogether. I enjoy a good league. When I see a good league with a lot of potential, I enjoy the league, and I like to see the league grow, so that every aspect of the league grows, so that our sports team, all of them, can grow, so that we can have many fantastical players out there playing the game of life, winning. Point is, so I'm not about that, but all I'm saying is, like, he wins, he can shoot, he can score, he can get scrappy with it when you need somebody to get scrappy with it. Sometimes you need somebody to go in there, close the deal, get scrappy. But at the same rate, he has been showing a lot of times to go in there and be very cool, calm, and collected, and be like, how do we resolve this sitch? Which is something you probably want to look for, and not have so in that sense. And yeah, there have been, right now they're coming after him from what I've been somewhat, hearing, reading. Who cares? What did he have? Documents did he have classified? Did the president did the manager of the league have classified documents with him? Didn't the other manager of the league have a lot of documents of the league in the back of his Corvette or something in a fucking garage? They're taking their work home. They're doing homework. If anything, it's fine. Who gives a shit? That's like a moot point right there. That doesn't even count. And honestly, this is why I don't even care about the whole Biden Hunter situation. You don't go attacking your own league managers to certain extents, because that's the league has got to be the league. The league is what it is that you got to love the league, man. And that's just, I get a little bit passionate about sports sometimes. I get a lot of that's what it is, baby. When I get passionate about different things, it could be friggin' drilling holes in the earth, wondering about what it takes to be observing an orgy at least, or whatever, dude. Sometimes it happens to be like sports, politics. What's your team? So there's so Trump is a solid candidate. I do see that could be, if people could just put aside their pettiness, put aside their I don't know, my team this, my team, if he could for the greater thing of I don't even like that fucking saying. I was gonna say greater good of the league, but it's a lot of things got fucking ruined with mandatory COVID measures and shit. Greater good of, not, but overall, you know what I mean. It fucking hits right here, dude. So there's Trump right there. That's a solid candidate. In terms of RFK, JR, that's also from what I'm seeing, from my expert, non-expert opinion, which I'm not an expert in anything, but I do have opinions about things. He's a good candidate, dude. He's a good candidate. From what I'm seeing, he's, coming and saying he's not down with the whole pharmaceuticals having so much power. So that'd be some people do need to, and that's just one example of people as a whole kind of standing up to corporations and different aspects of society that are supposed to be there for our service, but have at times been demonstrating very authoritative means of conducting business and showing what's really beneath the surface, the many surfaces of life, the many layers of the onion, the many layers of the condom, the one layer condom. What's underneath that? Oh boy, another layer of condom. 2 is always better than 1. what is underneath that second one? A third layer of condom. My goodness, how much protection do you need? You can never be safe enough. And look what's underneath the third condom, a fourth layer of condom. All of a sudden, you work your way up with like 6 to 25 condoms. You get 25 condoms in your wiener, and all of a sudden you're looking at a approximate half an inch to an inch of extra cock. Will you feel less? At this point, is it even about the feeling? When it comes to sports, so RFK is interesting to see, like that he's obviously got the Kennedy name, which is, that goes, I'm not too informed on I believe, like from what I see, the Kennedys were mostly, I don't know, like it seems like a beloved president, good president from what I JFK and like all that situation, I'm not too informed about any of these scenarios or anything, but overall, so he's got that. I know there's a lot of, different people have different opinions and whatnot, but I believe the overall consensus was a good, the name did more good for the country, I believe, from what I've seen overall with my limited amount of knowledge. Did more good for the country as well. It was, for, I don't even know what I'm saying, but all I'm saying is that he's a viable candidate, but the only thing lacking, I would say, and that's the thing, is time is of the essence. That's why we need to be like, yo, what are we doing with this league? I'd say, if RFK is to, have, because he's been censored too. He's been censored. I've been hearing that, which is no bueno for anybody living in a democratic society, trying to do whatever you're doing out there. You do need that freedom of speech, freedom of expression, everybody, and to have somebody just have differing opinions and just be censored is a very slippery slope. You don't want that sort of thing because there are prime examples all around the world where there are societies who, whether they be political figures or just people, regular people in society. That's the thing too. You sometimes see somebody that you don't agree with. You're like, yeah, that guy or that lady, censor him, lock him up. And those sort of attacks are no bueno. And that's when we start, getting petty and fighting over small things and like not looking at the overall situation, if you will. But all I'm saying is RFK, he probably needs to get a little bit more exposure if it's gonna be like a viable candidate. So like, I don't even know what I'm talking about, but all I'm saying, you need more juice. You gotta get the juice out there. Gotta be juicy out there. I don't particularly, if I were, I don't know. I don't have a say in any of it. It is fun to talk about sports, politics though, sure, so I don't have all I'm saying is what is out of the three and there are obviously other choices out there that I'm not, I'm not too familiar with or aware of, but you learn about sports as you get older, and you could start whenever's, and it is interesting because it doesn't matter, but at the same rate it kind of does, because it impacts us in different ways and shit. So when you're out there, out there and doing whatever, you're like, I'm gonna explore this, I'm gonna go check out this surface. Think of everything that is connected. Think of everything that is touching your life, that then impacts you to touch other people's lives, and how does everything impact. And so overall, all I'm saying is it's friggin' Wednesday. I'm excited. Let me get a sip of this bad boy. And that was something that I've been thinking about, that I wanted to, just share. And we're moving, baby. 2 more episodes, we are moving. That was a little bit of global events, occurrences, exciting things. A dope idea that I did see emerge out of Italy. Italians get it. There was a town in Italy somewhere, I saw them taking a local politician. I think they have this thing where if they vote for if a politician's not, working well, they take him, they put him in a cage, and they lower it into the water, and they dip him in the water, which is, I don't think you should, obviously I hope they didn't kill him or anything, because I don't believe in that sort of, I'm not, I believe all of us, if we could, but I like the idea of dipping people in water. That'd be pretty, if you're not, if you're performing poorly in office, I think there should be some sort of like, you get dipped in water. But also outside of politics, just a general thing that we could potentially get going together, ladies and gentlemen. Like if we could together, either globally or even like nationwide, if we could have a day of international global water balloon fight day. Think about that day. How much, because man, it'd be nice to just walk out and like the whole day. If you walk out, you are open for business, baby. It's everyone's fair game, dude. If you have, because that's the thing, water balloons, what's the worst thing that can happen? Nothing happens with, so if we have a day of like local water balloon fights, dude, you get out there and you just fucking 10 to 20 water bottles, not water bottles, not water bottles, I do apologize, water balloons. Let's be responsible. Just 10, 20 water balloons whipped at, you know, whatever, dude. Whatever. I'm just putting it out there. I'll let the internet. I'm not saying this should like. I'm proposing an idea. If we're coming in with the ideas of today's the idea day, and we're just like discussing openly as to what ideas could do, fucking ships that can save submarines and also international or local whatever, like fucking, you know, a good jurisdiction. Just fucking everybody get out there and just water balloon city, dude. Just let it rip from morning till noon. And like, what about the, you know, what about the, think about all the fun you'll have. Think about all the fun you'll have. And think about all the energy that you'll get out that you've been like, man, this is a great way because everybody from all the teams in the league are getting there and just fucking, you'll see a fucking, you know, everybody, dude. Just a 85-year-old man who knows what time it is, or like a 175-year-old lady who's just like fucking like rolling out with an oxygen tank and just like she's put her arm in a slingy situation because her arm's no good. She's 175, dude, but like one last fucking chuck of the old balloon to maybe a 25-year-old male's face, just for whatever, dude. All I'm saying is you get it out, and the next thing you know, we're like, or not, dude, or not. I don't know. I'll let you guys and gals decide. I'm not saying this is, by no stretch of the imagination, is this written in concrete or made in stone. So it's just up there, man. Ladies and gents, I love you. We got 2 more episodes in this little pod, and then we are going outside into the wild, into Mother Nature's other vaginal opening, aka the road. So that's 2 vaginal. Mother Nature is a mysterious lady, okay? Don't question her methods, but also go explore things. I love you. Where can you find these videos? Every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Dropped on Instagram, chopped up in pieces and segments, baby. I'll line that shit up for you one at a time, dude. Fucking back to back. And if you're like, where can I get these videos in full portions? Because I'm just fucking itching for a full hour-long pod. Is there anywhere I can go to check it out? YouTube. Subscribe by searching Glad You Made It or Rob Sadri. Get the notifications. Again, it drops every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Check out patreon.com/RobSadri if you'd like to fiscally support the show. I'll see you back here again on Friday. In the meantime, stay wet. Peace out.